The Shazamily is back in action and as per usual deliver a fun, fast-paced action superhero movie with some hints of a wider world. And when I say hints, I mean they might as well be smacking you in the face. In case it's not clear at this point, enormously heavy spoilers from this point moving forward. Are you wondering if I'm kidding? No, I'm not. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is a sequel to the film Shazam, a fun comedic superhero movie about a foster boy who inherits magical powers from a wizard, finds love in his foster family, and then, casually gives them the power of the gods so they can help him fight off a one-eyed angry doctor. Classic stuff. We pick up with the Shazamily and Fury of the Gods, being the heroes of Philadelphia. They save people from a bridge collapsing, stop robberies, typical hero stuff. And much like every other hero, the city's 50-50 on them, and whether they're actually helping or not. But for the most part, they've settled into their hero role. They've decked out their lair and begun to explore it, but not everything sits right with the leader of the Shazam family, Billy. His sister Mary wants to make friends her own age. Freddy spends just about every second of free time he has looking for another way to be a hero, even if it's off on his own. Billy clings desperately to keep the family together for fear of losing it like he believes he lost his first one. As the Shazamily begins to fall apart, they are brought swiftly back together when a new threat emerges.
It's all about family!
The Daughters of the God Atlas have been released from a prison created by the original wizard Shazam. How did they get free, you may ask? Well, it turns out the magical staff that the wizard gave to Billy was the only thing holding them back, and that breaking it over his knee and throwing it in the garbage probably wasn't the best idea. But you know what is a good idea? Hitting that like and subscribe button. On to the rest of the video. Two of Atlas's daughters, Calypso and Hespera, approach the remains of the staff, which have been found and brought to a museum. I know what you're thinking. Why did they wait so long to go find the staff if they were freed the moment Billy broke it? Well, obviously they had to go find authentic Spartan uniforms so they could sneak into the museum, I guess. I think it was more for a dramatic reveal of two people taking off their helmets. But anyway, the sisters kill everyone in sight and take the staff for themselves, bringing it to the wizard who, instead of dying when he gave Billy the staff, was actually transported to another realm where gods go when they pass on. Shocked to see them, the wizard is forced by Calypso to fix the staff, thus enabling them to take and give power of the gods. However, there is a third daughter of Atlas named Anthea, who, even though she's 6,000 years old, still appears as a high schooler for the very important and specific power of infiltrating Billy's high school and starting a relationship with Freddy so that she can get access to the champions of Earth. Unexpectedly, she actually does fall for Freddy, leading to her eventual betrayal of her sister's plans. Calypso uses the staff to drain the powers from Freddy and the rest of the Shazam family while slowly growing angrier and angrier, becoming too uncontrollable for Hesperia or Anthea to tame. She even frees their favorite dragon and flies it to Earth to plant a magic seed that will regrow the Tree of Life, thus restoring their world that was destroyed by the wizard and his friends so long ago. You see, the original Shazam family stole the powers of the gods. The wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. If you're like me and you didn't know that those letters spell out Shazam, don't worry, it just took a magical all-knowing pen to literally spell it out for you. Now in possession of these powers, Billy and his family have become Calypso's greatest enemy, so she swears to not only destroy them but their world as well, which is just a step too far into crazy for her sisters. Billy, being the only one who has yet to be depowered, goes to fight the dragon and Calypso alone, sacrificing himself to turn the staff into a bomb that will kill everything within a dome created by Hespera. Calypso, Hespera, and the dragon all fade, signaling their passing, while Billy's body is found in the wreckage by Freddy and Anthea. And believe it or not, they actually killed him. That's right, Billy Batson dies. You know, for about 5 minutes. After burying him in the land of the gods, who else but Diana, Princess of Themyscira, also known as Wonder Woman, who definitely wasn't watching the whole funeral from behind the corner, appears at the exact moment to restore the staff, with godlike magic, as she is the only technical god remaining. The staff is restored, which brings Billy back to life as Shazam. Billy, who, like many of us, is a big Wonder Woman fan, slightly puts his foot in his mouth, but is assured by Wonder Woman that she trusts him to carry on the powers of the gods. Billy and the wizard then restore his siblings' powers as well. Victor and Rosa, who were given quite a shock by the way that all their foster children have become superheroes, allow Anthea to live with them as they rebuild their home. And Billy allows the wizard, who has gotten a fresh new makeover, to take the staff with him for safekeeping and explore his world for a change. But not before giving Billy maybe the most obvious news in the history of news, that his superhero name is in fact Shazam. I mean, he's only said it 200 times in this film alone. But anyway, roll credits. Confused? Yeah, I get it. What on earth does Wonder Woman have to do with any of this? Well, you may not remember this, but Wonder Woman is actually the daughter of Zeus and the Amazon queen Hippolyta. That's the Z in Shazam, in case you forgot, meaning that the wizard and his friends long ago stole the power of Zeus just as they did Atlas. Only Zeus's daughter is much more heroic than Atlas's, clearly. Billy, using a magic letter delivery system that he uses throughout the film, had sent a message to Diana basically proclaiming himself her biggest fan. I can't imagine he knew he would need her to resurrect him, but let's just call that a convenient bonus. I know, I can hear your nerd anger shouting at the screen. You idiot, did you even stay till after the credits? Well, to be honest, no. I forgot. Just give me a minute, I think I can still catch the 7 o'clock showing. Okay, cool, well, those were some crazy post-credit scenes that I have seen now. Starting with the mid-credit scene, we see that Shazam is finally being recruited for something bigger, though maybe not quite as big as he had hoped. We see the characters Amelia Harcourt and John Economos walking through the woods to meet Shazam at an abandoned gas station for some reason. You may recognize these two characters from the Suicide Squad or the Peacemaker TV series. These are two employees working under Amanda Waller. Upon arriving to meet Billy, he playfully shoots some cans with his electricity powers before being told he is being recruited to a very special super team with the name Justice in it. Just, you know, not the one he thinks. It seems there is a Dr. Fate-sized hole in the Justice Society, given that Pierce Brosnan only signed on for one movie, and it must be filled by someone with the capability of matching the power of Black Adam. Does anyone else find it weird that Amanda Waller decided to put together a super-powered team of villains before she thought to make a super-powered team of heroes? I mean, I know they were worried about Superman, but the Justice League didn't even exist yet when she put together the first Suicide Squad. I can't help but think the Justice Society would have gotten a lot more support behind it right away. Oh well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Shazam reluctantly accepts, though he admits he would rather be on the one with Wonder Woman on it. The final post-credit scene should be very familiar, as it's nearly identical to the one from the first Shazam. We once again revisit Dr. Thaddeus Savannah, trapped in his cell and run out of room on the walls to draw stuff. Approaching from the air vent, we once again see the Caterpillar villain Mr. Mind. Given Savannah's long beard, we know that some time has passed. You know, that and the fact that he says it's been 2 years since he last saw him. Unfortunately, Caterpillar legs are very small, and it takes Mr. Mind a lot of time to do anything. The two seem to be hatching a plan, though the details of it are either not figured out yet or being kept very secret by a very selfish Caterpillar. That, or more likely, the studio just hasn't written it yet. Just before explaining to Savannah what his big plan is, Mr. Mind states he has one last thing to do and slowly crawls out of the cell, likely to leave for another extended period of time. And that's it! That's the end of Shazam, Fury of the God. So now that we've taken the time to go in depth, let's address that huge elephant in the room. Will any of this matter? We know that James Gunn has taken the reins of the DC Extended Universe and has scrapped a large number of projects and intellectual properties. He's announced a whole new slate of films that take place after the Flash movie that is likely to reset the entire universe. So do the Shazam and Aquaman sequels and the new Blue Beetle movie really have nothing to do with the DC Extended Universe, given that the Flash will likely wipe them all out? Well, I think there's hope. The first post-credit scene definitely hints at the fact that Shazam and all his canon might be sticking around. One of the first projects James Gunn announced was a TV show called Waller. This show may feature elements of the Suicide Squad, Black Adam, and now maybe even Shazam. Amanda Waller may turn out to be the Nick Fury of the DC Extended Universe, as she seems to be the one pulling all the strings behind the scenes. I can't help but think she will continue to do that, given her show's placement in the new DC lineup. Therefore, when Black Adam ultimately goes rogue, maybe Billy Batson will join Hawkman, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher to take him down. As for the second post-credit scene, I have a little bit less hope. The Mr. Mind gag definitely got a laugh out of me, but I can't help thinking that the lack of specificity in what we are to expect to see from these two points to the fact that we really shouldn't expect anything. Perhaps every Shazam movie will finish with a post-credit scene of Dr. Savannah still waiting for Mr. Mind to reveal his plan, but he just never does. The sheer comedy of a villain trapped in a cell waiting for a bug to come give him news of his plan to escape is definitely funny enough to stand on its own. And I don't see where in the future Dr. Savannah and Mr. Mind could fit if Shazam has threats like Black Adam to worry about. As for the rest of the characters, I think it's safe to say we'll see Wonder Woman again, even if it's not Gal Gadot. Paradise Lost is a television show announced by James Gunn that will focus heavily on the inner workings of Themyscira, insinuating that Diana Prince will play a large part in his universe. As for the Shazamily, it's definitely possible we would see them again, though I think it would just have to be in some large team-up movie. Given that Billy Batson seems to be going off to join the Justice Society, I don't think the next time we see him he will be alongside his family, but instead alongside other heroes recruited by Waller. A solo Shazam sequel would see them return, or a giant Avengers Endgame type team-up that hopefully this iteration of the DCU can actually reach could see the Shazam siblings get their moments to shine. Overall, this was a good installment in the seemingly dead version of the DC Extended Universe. It built the world a little better. It connected existing characters in ways that may not have been the smoothest, but at least the reason for their connection made sense. And most importantly, it helped develop a great set of heroes who can carry a franchise all their own. Whether they will continue to do so or not remains to be seen, but I have to imagine there's room for Shazam in the rebooted DC universe. What did you think about the ending and post-credit scenes of Shazam, Fury of the Gods? Do you think it's enough to warrant Shazam's inclusion in the future? And will the Justice Society become the top dog in terms of superhero teams, with justice in their names? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to check out more comic book content from CBR.